Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. This video is going to be about games that I would love to see be made. Some of them are common ideas that a lot of people have seen, some of them are not. So let's just get into the games. Okay, so the first game I would love to see be made is a Lego Clone Wars game. Obviously there is one, but I'm talking of like from season 1 to season 7. This is a very common like game that people would want in the Lego community. Like this is nothing new. But I just feel like it would be so fun to do that. Because I personally love the prequels and the Clone Wars and all that, so it would be nice to see that, from like episode 2 ending, or maybe from the beginning of episode 1 all the way to the end of episode 3. Maybe they could have Bad Batch in there. It'd be lovely to see what they would do for a Lego Star Wars Clone Wars game, full season 1 to 7. Another game I would love to see, and this is I'm gonna probably just start with Lego games at this point because this is the next idea, and this is also a very common idea in the Lego community. Lego Ninjago game, from the pilots all the way to crystallized. I would really love to play a Lego Ninjago game like that. Unfortunately, I don't think they'll ever do it, which is weird considering that that's like Lego's big thing. So I don't see why they wouldn't have a game of that, but it would be honestly very fun to see that. It would also be fun when Dragon's Rising finishes, that they do a game based off of, or a game for that also. But we are still far a long way from that even being a concept. But I would love to see from the pilots to crystallized in a game. So the last Lego game I have on my list of games I would love to see is going to be, again, like these are the most common games. Lego Spider-Man, in the style of what would be Lego The Dark Knight, Legacy of the Dark Knight. I would love to see a Spider-Man game like that, and I would love for like the main villain to be Null, because I feel like he doesn't get enough respect. I would love to see more like symbiotes I would love to see the symbiotes in Lego. And I would love to see Venom in like the new Big Fig style that they're doing for Legacy of the Dark Knight, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what they were thinking when they made Big Figs, because like they look so much better when they're standing up a little bit more proper. Like they look so much better, so taller. They look really good. But I would love to see a Lego Spider-Man game for sure. A few ideas I've had for the playable characters would be Peter, obviously. Obviously Miles would be a playable character. Venom. I don't know who else specifically would be playable, but that's like the main three, obviously. But I would love to see a bunch of his villains show up for sure. Even like the Wall and Big Wheel, because let's be real, they would fit in a Lego game. But yeah, no, that would love to see that. Alright, so another game I would love to see. I don't know if many people have thought about this one, but I'm sure there are a few people. I would love to see a Star Wars Battlefront game that solely focuses on the Clone Wars. Like no original trilogy, no sequel, just prequels and Clone Wars. I think it would work so well to do that. Genuinely. I would love to see them do that because it'd be so fun to recreate Clone Wars battles in Battlefront, and also just, I mean, it makes the most sense. Like, it's called the Clone Wars. I feel like it would make the most sense to do that. Unfortunately, there's not a chance in hell, because why would we ever get a Clone Wars game nowadays? Couldn't see that happening, definitely. Yeah, fucking. There's definitely a reason why so many people watched season 7 of the Clone Wars, and that made them watch the rest of the show, is definitely because they don't want to see Clone Wars content ever. Like, good lord, I don't know why I genuinely don't know why they don't make Clone Wars games. It's like such an easy to go for thing for Star Wars that it's kind of crazy that I'm surprised there hasn't been like Clone Wars game, Clone Wars game, Clone Wars game, Clone Wars games. It's like, why have y'all not made one recently? Like, it would be like, you know how much money you would be able to make on a Clone Wars game? A lot. But yeah, no, it would be cool to see that. Alright, so the next, and this is going to be wrapped with probably just 2 games in general, but I would love to see sequels to the Guardians of the Galaxy game that came out in 2021. Severely underrated game. Like, I would actually recommend playing it if you like the Guardians of the Galaxy and are just a fan of Marvel, because honestly, it's a great fucking game. The storytelling is fucking amazing. And unfortunately, got overshadowed by the other Marvel game that came out around that time. Yeah, you know, the very shit one that was a disaster. Then I really fucking raged at that game hard. But yeah, no, Marvel Avengers really ruined the reputation of that, because it's made by, I don't know, Square Enix, I think, is like, it's like the same something, similar to the people who made Marvel Avengers, something like that. I'm sure someone will correct me if I got it wrong. But yeah, it was too closely tied to the Marvel Avengers game, so it just ended up failing, which sucks because it's a really good game and it's worth the price. It's really fun. It's really fun. It's really got some like emotion there, and like when I look for a story game, I want emotion. I want emotion. I want at least decent gameplay. I'm not asking for crazy, but like, and it's got that. It's got like decent gameplay. The story's amazing. The details are great. It's a beautiful game. Beautiful game. You can even choose your own like options. So, some of which can change stuff, not drastically, but a little bit. It changes a little bit. Like, there's a whole like section that you like can have like there's like 2 different like sections, and depending on which choices you made, you would get one of them during that playthrough, and it's really good. And also, some of the, depending on what you do, some of the choices you make, it can affect the one of the last, like the end credit scene or the ending scene. So yeah, it would be cool to see sequels to that game, especially because they were hyping up like Thanos, and there's a possibility that he lived, and that was so cool. They also were talking. They mentioned a lot about Nova, so it would be lovely to see that. And Star-Lord's dad, so yeah, I would love to see those sequels. Alright, so the second to last game, and I say game weirdly because there's like, yeah, I want it to be a trilogy, kind of. But I would love to see a Power Rangers, like, kind of like Spider-Man 2 like hub world kind of game. I would love to see, like, yeah, I would love to see the Power Rangers like that, rather than being like a platformer or just like an old ass arcade like gameplay. I would love to see, you know, a more better experience, like a more I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but you understand what I mean. Uh, yeah, I would love to see, like play as the Megazords and all that. I would love like the first game would have like the first five. The second game would have like a sixth, and then the last one would have like 7 and 8 Rangers. 7 or 8, a seventh or an eighth Ranger, depending. But yeah, I would love to see a trilogy like that, and it would be original. It would not be like reusing like Mighty Morphin or any other kinds of Power Rangers. So yeah, I would love to see like a full original Power Rangers team, full original story, full original villains, everything. Like it would be lovely to see that. I would really fucking love to play that. But that is I'm gonna be honest. Anytime someone owns Power Rangers, they are way too cheap with it. So there's no shot that would ever happen. But it would be cool. The last game or games that I have that I would love to see, and this is something that I personally would really love, is a Green Lantern trilogy game. I love Green Lantern the animated series, and I would love to get a game series kind of based off of that, but maybe a little bit different. And like the first game, you would have like Hal Jordan, Kilowog, John Stewart, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't like, oh, you either have Hal Jordan or John Stewart. How about both? How about both? We have both of them. It's fun to play them. They would have a great dynamic. You would have Razor, Aya, and that would be like the main team for like the game. You would be fighting the Red Lanterns. You would meet Saint Walker in the game, and you would probably meet Larfleeze at some point also. Or no, maybe not Larfleeze. Maybe Sapphire, Star Sapphire. Who knows? It's kind of hard. I'd like, this is definitely something I want to revisit. Maybe like have full concepts for and like a whole story for it. But definitely, the villains of this game would be the Red Lanterns. I probably would have the Orange Lanterns though. There would be like little lines about Guy Gardner. You may even play as him for a little bit, but he's not gonna be like a main character. Kyle Rayner would definitely be mentioned because he's important later on, obviously. But like the second game, you fight Sinestro and the Yellow Lanterns. You'd probably run into Star Sapphire, Indigo, and the Ultraviolet Lantern. Well, lanterns I say, but no. It would just be John Stewart as an Ultraviolet Lantern to give him that variety. Instead of being just a Green Lantern, make him become an Ultraviolet Lantern, give him unique stuff. Kyle Rayner would be a part of the story more. And then the final game would lead to Kyle Rayner becoming the White Lantern, and we have to face Black Hand, and then you can play as all of the leader of like the Lantern Corps. So you can play as Atrocitus, Larfleeze, Sinestro, Star Sapphire, Indigo 1, Saint Walker, Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner, all of it. It would be so fun. Like Razor, I would love to like do a mix where you can do like you could choose like between red or blue, and then eventually you can like combine them together, kind of like how they do in Young Justice. That would be so awesome to do that. Like I have put a bit of thought into this, and I think it would be so fun to like see a Green Lantern, especially because I feel like not Green Lantern, just in general, like the Lanterns deserve more respect than what they usually are given by writers. I feel like writers really don't give them enough respect, and the Green Lantern animated series shows, because that's like probably the best, no, not probably, it is the best Green Lantern piece of media I think that exists. Like, it's overall well written and really done, and it got fucking canceled because of the Green Lantern movie, which is stinky. That actually sucks that it got fucking canceled, because I mean, it was canceled because it released after the movie, and obviously the show wouldn't do well because the movie didn't do well, and that sucks. But I would love to see a Green Lantern trilogy game. Alright, so that's gonna be the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.